To the Fantasy Rundown! It's your host James Coker here, and I'm going to help you win your 2011 draft by giving you my 2011 fantasy sleepers. At quarterback, we got Matthew Stafford from the Lions. He's having one of the best preseasons of any quarterback in the league. He's put up a line of 24 for 31 with 356 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yes, you might say it's just the preseason, but as ESPN's Mark Schlereth said, the preseason doesn't count, but it does matter. And Matthew Stafford has shown us that it does matter and that he is poised to put up monster numbers. I'd even say top 5 quarterback value if he stays healthy. And that's the big risk with Matthew Stafford. Will he stay healthy? Because he had shoulder and knee problems that kept him out all year long last year. And if he can play 16 games this year like he is vowed to, then you can expect huge numbers. He can be a first-string quarterback in 12 to 14-team leagues. And if you're looking for a stretch in a 10-team league, Matthew Stafford could be a good pickup. If you get him as a backup, it'd be a great match for that because if he gets injured, then you don't lose anything. But I think that Matthew Stafford is going to have a great year, and he's going to put himself within the elites of the NFL quarterbacks. Now, everybody's looking for the next Arian Foster. Look no further than the Washington Redskins' Tim Hightower. Now, I'm an Eagles fan, and even I have to give Tim props this year. He's put up numbers like 6.8 yards per carry, and he scored twice in 3 preseason games. He's fitting perfectly in Mike Shanahan's zone blocking scheme, and Mike Shanahan just loves the guy. He said that he's the perfect fit for their scheme, and that he could put up huge numbers this year. You've seen Mike Shanahan produce other running backs like Clinton Portis, Terrell Davis, Tatum Bell, Mike Anderson, Olandis Gary, and Reuben Dros. All these running backs have put up at least 1,000 yards or more seasons under Mike Shanahan's scheme. Expect Tim Hightower to be the next guy. He's going as a running back 3 value right now. You can draft him as a running back 2 value, and he'll be a solid pick. Tim Hightower is a good pick, and he can get the red zone carries, as we've seen in his 2008 rookie campaign when he put up double-digit touchdowns. And Tim Hightower's ceiling is endless this year. He could be as good. He could jump into the top 10 running backs this year. Draft this guy. He's a stud. My sleeper at wide receiver is Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt actually put up really good numbers last year. He only played 12 games. He was on pace to get over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's recently avoided suspension, so he's slated to play a full 16 games as of now. You may say he doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him, but last year he put up those great numbers I just told you with Kerry Collins as his quarterback. This year he's got Matt Hasselbeck, and believe it or not, that's an upgrade. So expect an upgrade in Kenny Britt's stats, especially since he's matured and become a better player as long as gotten a better quarterback. I really think that Kenny Britt can put up numbers like Terrell Owens and Plaxico Burress when they were in their prime. He's got the same build. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. He's got good speed, and he got good ups. He can go up and get the ball. If you don't believe me, he has this raw talent to become an NFL superstar. Just watch the highlights from last year's game against the Eagles. It was a bad day for me. But anyway, he put up 225 yards and 3 touchdowns off 7 catches in one game. If that doesn't tell you how talented this kid is, I don't think anything can, and you're just out of your mind and you're in the wrong place. But anyway, Kenny Britt standing at 6'3", 215 pounds. Ceiling is endless. Draft this guy. He'll put up high-end wide receiver 2 numbers and maybe even jump into the top 15 of wide receivers in the league this year. I think this kid is going to be really good drafting. Well, of course I got to do a tight end because the back end of this tight end class is so strong. They've got guys like Brent Selleck, Aaron Hernandez, Todd Heap. I think these guys have potential to jump into the top 10 fantasy tight ends this year with aging tight ends like Gates and Gonzalez and Clark. They have the young guns are going to take over this year. Now, Todd Heap, you might not say he's not the youngest guy out there, but his situation is so perfect for Todd Heap. He's got a tight end friendly quarterback in Kevin Cobb, who in his 2 starts in 2008 threw to Brent Selleck and got over 100 yards in 2 consecutive games, and he scored 1 touchdown. And he's fitting into a scheme where he'd be the second option after Larry Fitzgerald because the Arizona Cardinals have been missing that second wide receiver ever since Anquan Bolden left, and he's a great receiving tight end. Not to mention that his head coach is a former NFL tight end, so that's got to be looking up for him. And this pedestrian West Coast offense that Kevin Cobb runs would fit perfectly with Todd Heap. Sorry. And as I was saying, Brent Selleck is another good pick. Michael Vick has vowed to get Brent Selleck more involved into the offense. He's done things like watch his tapes with Atlanta to see how he involved Algie Crumpler into his offense. And I think that since the Eagles are going to be implementing a West Coast offense once again, even though it may not look like a West Coast offense, it's still a West Coast offense. Brent Selleck could put up big numbers like when he did in 2008 with Donovan McNabb. I think you can expect huge numbers from Brent Selleck so far. And I was saying Aaron Hernandez from the Patriots, one of my favorite sites, Roto World, they said that Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski are both going to be top 10 tight ends, even though they both play for the same team. Tight ends have been more consistent than the wide receiver cores in New England. I think Tom Brady, his second year with Hernandez and Gronkowski, they can both really start to amp it up. Gronkowski getting more yards and Hernandez getting more touchdowns each. And with Wes Welker pretty much being the number one option, because they said Ocho Cinco has sucked so far in the preseason, I really think that Hernandez could really put up big numbers this year. He's already good. He's got a lot of speed. He's a complete mismatch for any defense. He could be the next Jermichael Finley in this league. I can really see him breaking out this year. All right, guys. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, subscribe up there. And if you need any help with your team, post down there. Or you can send me an email, and the link will be somewhere around here. Maybe here, I don't know. But anyway, send me an email if you need help, or post a question in the comment box down there. And subscribe, please. Thanks.